I went to, I just went to all the spots where there was nobody, so it's like, I had the whole sauna to myself, and then I had the cold bath, and I would just go back and forth, and then I did the lava, and then when people came over, I need to take this one.
Like, oh, that's good to do. But there's a cold bath.
Oh yeah, but there's a warning on there. It says don't be in there for more than 30 or 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and the cold bath? Oh, that makes sense. The cold bath.
Yeah. It says please do not exceed 30 minutes.
All right, everyone. Doop, 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 doop. You can have a seat. I love everyone's. Are we sitting? Are we standing? Should we just stay standing? Let me get this so that I'm not right in your face. Okay. Good morning. Do we want that light off or? Yeah.
Lots of natural light.
Okay. You will have to excuse me. I didn't bring my reading glasses, so if I'm trying to check what we've got going on and I'm squinting, that is why, and I have to hold it like this close. That is why. Okay. All right, good morning. Welcome to class. Okay. So this morning we will be going through a flow. This is your practice, so do what works for you. I will try to, we usually teach off the mat and walk around a lot, so I know that, some of you are kind of new to the practice, so I will try to come back on and off, come back on and try to be more on than off, okay? All right, and I think that's it. If you are tired, if you, need a break, you need a rest, just do what suits you. All right, if you want to get into child's pose, lie down, it's your practice. So that being said, let's begin the practice. So you can find a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you, whether it's cross-legged, you can keep your legs extended, kneel, however suits you so that you can kind of settle, okay? And for yourself, Douglas, if sitting cross-legged isn't very comfortable, you can extend your legs out, okay? Okay. All right, and then once you've kind of found your sweet spot, go ahead and start to settle, maybe soften the gaze or close down the eyes. Good. Just taking a moment to bring your body, bring your mind, bring your spirit into this space. And I'm going to begin this practice with a little reading that I found. Okay. And the words are, yes, you were made for more. But maybe it's not about more tasks, more work, more responsibility, more consumption. Ever think that instead you were made for more laughter, more spontaneous fun, more sunshine on your face, more feeling at home in your body, more swims in the ocean, free with limbs exposed to the open air, more love, more long, lingering dinners with conversations that nurture and inspire, more deep talks, more depth in general, more days lost in a book or wandering a new city, more foods you love without any guilt, and more foods that are new to you to wake up that sense of adventure, more smiling, more joy, more warm evenings that are filled with things that make you smile, more sighs of relief, more hugs, more of that feeling you get when you're fulfilled, more of life, more enjoying, more of you being exactly you. So often in life, we get caught in to-do lists and the rush of life. And so what if we focus more on the being here and now? Like all of the experiences we're sharing the new friendships and memories we're creating. And so allow this idea of more make its way into your movement this morning and throughout your day in whatever way works for you. So think about more breath, more flow, more doing what feels good in the moment. Begin to send your focus to your breath. Just noticing the flow of breath as it enters through the nose and travels down into the lungs. And following the path as it releases and exits out the body. Inviting a sense of depth and quality to the breath. Tapping into the breath experience. And then you can softly begin to blink open the eyes, take in your surroundings. Maybe shift around if you need to. And then place your hands behind your head. You can interlace the hands or just rest them lightly. Good. Okay, we're going to invite some movement here and start to wake up the body, wake up the spine. So on your next inhale, I want you to open the elbows, start to tilt your chin and nose up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, draw the elbows towards one another, round like a little cat curling in. And then inhale, open it up, elbows go wide, chest lifts. And then exhale, draw the elbows together, round like a little cat. And let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin, elbows wide. Exhale, draw everything together, draw the belly in to round the spine. Inhale, lift up and open all of the spaces in the front body. Use your exhale to kind of draw in and curl. And then move through that one more time, creating a bit more space. Good. And then exhale. Good. Okay. Come back to neutral. Go ahead and release the right hand down. Okay. Reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Palm faces towards where we entered. And then start to bend, okay, towards the right side of the room. I had to think about that for a moment. Good. Okay. This hand that's on the ground, I want you to think about pressing and sliding the ground away from you to send the opposite sit bone down. And then come back up. Take this hand and place it to the right side of your head, and then gently draw the right ear away from the right shoulder. And feel for space into the side of the neck. Let that right shoulder release and soften. And then go ahead and release that. Let's go ahead and switch the cross of the legs. Okay, so we go the opposite side that maybe you normally go for. And then bring your hands once again. Okay, beautiful. Working with your own breath. Start with an inhale and start to open up the chest, open the elbows, open the throat, and then use your exhale to draw everything in. Curl through the spine, and then move through that 3 more times at your own pace. I want you to think about growing the breath, inviting more space in through the front body, and then as you curl, more space in through the back body. Good. Chin lifts as you inhale. As you exhale, you draw the chin and elbow towards the center. Beautiful. Good. And then exhale and round. And then make your way, once you're done, back to neutral. Keep the right hand where it is. Release the left hand. And then float the right fingertips up towards the sky. Turn the palm towards the left side of the room. And then start to bend and reach. Beautiful. Allow the right elbow to be soft, right hand to be soft. Okay? And then try to slide the ground away from you to send the right hip and sit bone down. Beautiful. Good. Take one more full breath here. And then start to rise up. Bring the right hand to the left side of your head. And then gently draw the left ear away from the left shoulder. Okay, once you're there, let the left shoulder soften and release. Let gravity draw it down. And feel for space in through the side of the neck. Noticing whatever you notice. Good. And then bring the head back to neutral. Release that. Okay. Stay with the cross. Go ahead and walk your fingertips forward into whatever is your forward fold. And then take a moment. Let the forearms release down. Let the head release down. And let the breath travel into the back of the body, feeling the sides of the waist expand. Start to lift your gaze and then walk your hands towards the exit, towards the right side. Beautiful. And then do the same. Bend the elbows. Let everything soften and fold. Good. Okay. And then once again, lift the gaze. I want you to bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Slide your right hand towards your sacrum, so towards your low back area. And then move from the right elbow and shoulder drop behind you, coming into a little bit of a gentle twist, revolving the body towards the right side of the room. Okay, gaze can be wherever it feels okay for your neck. Good. And then release that, unwind, switch the cross, last time. Okay, once you're there, start to walk the hands forward. Let everything be soft, fold. Okay, releasing whatever releases. Let the head get especially heavy for a moment. Good. Noticing the breath. Beautiful. And then lift the gaze, walk the hands now to the left side of the room, okay, towards, I don't know what's out there, a tree. And then release. Thank you. Beautiful. And then start to lift the gaze, bring the right hand to the outside of that left knee, slide the left hand behind you. Okay, come onto the fingertips especially, and then draw the left shoulder, left elbow behind you. Let your gaze go wherever it allows your neck, okay, to experience a little bit of softness. So don't worry about the gaze. Let this movement come from the shoulder and drawing that behind you. Good. And then release, come back to center. Make your way onto your hands and knees. Okay. If you need to pad your knees, you can just slide your mat down and do a little fold. Okay. Otherwise, if you're good where you are, stay where you are. I'm just going to turn this way so that it's a better view. Good. And then place your hands wherever suits you. Shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. Knees sit wherever feels good to you. Let's move through those little rounded spine movements. Okay, so we'll start with an inhale. Start to draw the arm bones back, shoulders back, tilt the chin, tilt the hips up towards the ceiling. And then reverse that, press into the mat to round the spine, draw the chin towards the chest, and then continue to move through this. So use your inhale to create some space into the heart, the collarbones, drawing the arms back. Use your exhale to press the spine like a little cat, stretching. Good. Do that 3 more times, working with your own breath pace. Good. Noticing the depth. And I want you to notice too the flow of your breath, those moments where you pause. I want you to think about allowing the breath to flow one into the other so that the movement becomes like the water coming out of the little fall there. It's just a continuous stream. Good. And then once you've completed your 3 rounds, okay, coming into neutral. Once you're there, okay, tilt your sit bones, tilt your hips up towards the ceiling. Stay with the hips exactly where they are and start to walk the hands forward. So I'm going to come on your mat a little bit. Okay, take the hands wide. And then once you've gone as far as feels okay to you, let your chin or forehead release down. So shift your body forward a bit more. There you go. There. See what that does? Good. Okay, notice. Okay, if you tend to carry tension in through the shoulders, all right, for me, I carry a lot of tension in through my shoulders. Okay, this posture kind of creates an interesting experience. So let's spend one more breath here. And then you can begin to lift your gaze, start to walk your hands back. If the toes are tucked under, untuck them and let your hips settle in towards your heels. Let the chest and forehead release once again. Okay, let the upper arm bones release. Let everything soften and settle into this moment. And noticing your breath, noticing whatever is your experience right now. Good. Okay. And we'll take one more breath here. Good. Beautiful. Then begin to lift the gaze. Sorry. Lift the gaze. Sorry. Start to shift your weight away from your heels. Tuck the toes under, okay? And then kind of slide the feet towards one another. But keep the knees where they are. Yes, just the feet. Start to walk your hands back, walk your hands back, walk your hands back. And then use the hands, press the ground away from you to settle back. Knees are wide. Okay, good. And then once you're there, allow your hands to release, allow your forearms to release. And I want you to think of sending your weight into your heels. Okay, send your weight down, let the head release down. Yep, you're good. Good. Okay. The heels do not need to touch down. Mine don't touch down. Okay. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. And then begin to lift the gaze. Okay. Start to draw the knees towards one another. I always have to get out of my way. Okay. And then place your hands one and then one. And use that to support to lift your chest away from your thighs, getting into a little balance. Okay, if you feel a little wobbly, that's normal, that's okay. We want that. Right? We want that kind of experience to flow through the body and just notice. And then with the hands in your thighs, try to slide the thighs a little bit more away from you. That will create a bit more space, lift you maybe a little bit higher. Maybe play with bringing one hand to your heart and the other. Woo, see what happens. Good. Beautiful. One more breath here. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm trying not to look at you, Douglas. Release the fingertips to the ground. Once they're there, send the hips up and let the bend come out of the knees, coming into a forward fold here. Once you're there, let yourself hang, let yourself dangle, let the head especially release. Soon as we wake up, we spend our day trying to fight gravity and keep our head from rolling to the ground. Okay, so anytime you get the opportunity, let the head hang. Good. Okay. Now once we're here, I want you to bring your chest to your thighs. Okay. Once you have that, wrap your arms around the back of your legs. They may be around the back of your knees. They may be around the back of your thighs. Keep that hold. So keep the chest at your thighs and then start to unbend the knees. Okay, you may move a millimeter. Okay, you may move a couple inches. All right, it all depends on what's going on in the back of your legs. Let the head hang. Okay, notice, breathe into whatever experience you're having. I'm convinced I was born with tight hamstrings, so it's always a challenge for me. Good. Take one more breath here. Good. And then begin to release the hold. Okay, stay where you are with your feet at the back of the mat. Start to walk your hands forward and come into your first downward dog. So that upside down V. All right, if feet feel a bit slippery, you can take off your socks. Once you're in your downward dog, I want you to pay attention to your hands. So spread the fingers. Try to slide the mat away from you to send the sit bones up. And then feel free to invite some movement here. You can bend through the knees, pedal out the heels. Okay. Noticing your breath, noticing whatever you're experiencing in this posture. Good. And then come to stillness. So I know we've all been talking about like walking a lot. So I want you to lift the heels as high as you can. Turn your heels in towards one another. Yes. And then release the heels down towards the mat. Once they're there, I want you to focus on trying to press the outer heels down and just notice whatever experience that invites in your body. And then once again, lift the heels, put them back into neutral, and then turn the heels out, toes in, and then do the same. Good. And then I want you to focus on the inner heels. Try to bring them down towards the mat. It does not matter if they touch. Good. And then come back to neutral. Beautiful. So to shift your weight forward and then step the right foot in between the hands. Okay. So big step forward. If you need a little helping hand and you get stuck, bring your hand behind your calf. That will help you. Release the back knee down. And then make sure you're on the top of the knee so you can shift it back, release it, and then slide it forward. Good. Once you're here, let the hips settle just for a moment. Maybe invite a little bit of swaying action just to notice, okay, whatever's going on there. Good. Okay, and then let's come back to a neutral position. Start to walk the hands back. As you're walking back, let the hip guide you and let the knee unbend. Once you're there, flex through the front foot. What is that? Oh, it's from my socks. Like, what is on my feet? Draw the toes towards you, okay, and think of dragging that heel back so that right hip draws back. Okay, once again, if you were born with tight hamstrings like me, you might feel this. Okay, you might not, just depends. Good. Okay, and then let's create a little bit of flow and movement here. So start to walk the hands forward, bring the bend back into the knee, and then unbend, send the hips back. Flex the foot, try to drag it back for a moment, and then do that again. You'll do that 2 more times. Okay? Inviting some movement into the joints, okay? Preparing for all that you're going to explore and see today. Good. One more time. Shift it forward. Let the hips get heavy, and then shift it back. One last time. Beautiful. Start to shift it forward. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee and step back to your downward dog. Let's do the other side. So step now the left foot in between the hands. Good. Big step forward. And then release the back knee down. Make sure you're on the top of the knee. Good. Let the hips get heavy. Let them maybe shift from side to side. Just noticing whatever you're noticing. Good. All right, and then coming back to your neutral space, let's start to invite some movement here. So moving from the hips, start to walk the hands back, shift the hips back, peel the foot away from the mat, flex the foot, drag the heel back for a moment and notice. Good. I want you to think of trying to draw this left hip back. Keep the foot flexed. Okay, so might try to, draw the toes towards you and then try to drag the heel back. Good. Feeling for some length into the back of the leg. Yeah. Sarah's like, yes, I feel it. And then begin to bring that bend back into the knee. So walk the hands forward. Good. And then walk the hands back. Shift the hips back. Okay. And you'll do that 2 more times at your own pace. You know I'm going to walk into that at one point. Okay. Moving with kind of ease and flow. Right? Pay attention to those pauses. So as soon as you come forward, I want you to already be thinking about going back. Think about the flow of the water coming out of the waterfall. So you shift back and then you go right back in. So no pause. Good. Okay, last time shifting back. Let the hips go back, flexing through that front foot. And then shift the hips forward once. Your hips shift forward, okay? Tuck the back toes under if they're not under. Lift the back knee and make your way back to your downward dog. All right. Once you're there, all right, plant the hands, slide the mat away from you. I want you to lift the heels, lift the hips as high as you can. Stay there and then start to roll forward and shift your heart forward all the way into your plank. Good. Okay. Beautiful pause here. We're not going to stay here very long. Right. Now once we're here, I want you to press the mat away from you, round through the upper back. Let that rounding curve you and take you all the way back into your downward dog. So imagine your body's flowing like a wave. Good. Okay, and then we're going to do that again. We're going to lift the heels, lift the hips, start to round through the spine, shift forward into your plank. And then we press the mat away from you, round through the spine and send your body back. One more time. Heels lift as high as you can, hips lift as high as you can. Round like a little kitty cat forward, and then reverse that, rounding all the way back. Beautiful work. All right. Now let's step the right foot in between the hands. Good. Squeeze the feet towards one another. Back heel stays lifted. And then use that stability to lift from the back of the heart and come up. Good. Okay, pause for a moment until you find your balance. And then go ahead and raise the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Okay, keep squeezing the feet towards one another. Belly draws in and up. Heart lifts. Are we getting a little warmer? It's amazing how much can happen with not a lot of movement. Good. Okay. I want you to think of reaching your hands as high as you can. And once you're there, allow some softness to come in through the shoulders, the jaw, the forehead. Good. Heart is super lifted. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, palms forward. Reach, 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 reach until your hands touch down. And then step back, downward dog. Let's do the other side. So left heel can float up. Step the foot in between your hands. Once it's there, back heel's lifted. Feet squeeze towards one another, rise from the back of the heart, take your time. Good. And then once you have your stability, fingertips up towards the ceiling. It comes into that idea of like being really present, staying in this moment, noticing the breath, okay? Not getting caught in that need to rush because it's so much a part of our lives. Good. Heart is lifted. Try to reach maybe a little bit higher. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. And then use your exhale, palms forward. Start to reach, 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 reach. Touch the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Okay, one plank roll here. So lift the heels, lift the hips, float yourself forward, round, round, round. Good. And then press the mat away from you to return back to your downward dog. All right, right heel lifts. Step the foot in between your hands. Good. Squeeze the feet towards one another, and then let's rise up. Wow. Good. All right. Now here, I want you to open through the elbows. I'm going to turn to face everyone. Okay. Yeah, mindful of neighbors. Okay. And then you're going to be mindful of neighbors again. Now keep squeezing the feet towards one another. You're going to reach the hands forward. Whew, like you're getting for a big hug, and then draw the elbows back. Yes. And then do that again. Reach like you're giving a big hug, and then draw the elbows back. Heart is open. Last time. Big hug. Draw everything in and bring it into your heart. Elbows open. Good. Reach the fingers up. Turn the palms forward. Hands to the mat. Downward dog. Let's go right to the other side. So left heel raises. Step the foot. Squeeze the feet towards one another. Come on up. Good. Okay, take a moment. All right. Once you have that stability, okay, draw the elbows back. Good. So heart is open, chest is open. All right. Now we're going to reach for that hug again. We're going to reach for that experience. Draw. Elbows go wide. Heart is open. Again. Reach. And then hug it into the body. Open it up. One more time. Reach. Good. And then draw the elbows back. Good. Reach the hands up. Turn the palms forward. And then release the hands to the mat. Step back. Downward dog. One plank roll here. So lift the heels, lift the hips, and roll it forward. Good. And then press the mat away from you. Roll it back. All right. Right heel lifts. Step the foot in between the hands. Okay. Squeeze the feet towards one another. Rise up. Good. Now revolve the back heel down and open the arms so that, yes, your chest is kind of open towards the tree. Good. Now bend into that front knee. Press the weight into the back heel and outer edge. Everyone's like, hey, what's going on? Good. Belly draws in and up, heart lifts. Okay. Now here, I want you to keep reaching through that front hand. You can turn the palm in. Okay. And then you're going to start to draw the left hand, back hand forward, and then move from the elbow drop back. Yes. Okay, and then do that again. Imagine like you've got a bow and arrow here. Good. What are we going to fill that bow and arrow with? Anything? How about some love? Okay, we're going to draw it back, and then let's release it. Shoot that love out. Good. And then stay here in your, I know I keep doing that. Stay here in your warrior two. Good. Let's sweep the back hand down and around. Lift the back heel. One moment in our high lunge, and then we release the hands down. Step back, downward dog, other side. Okay, so float the left heel up. Step the foot in between your hands. Back heel's lifted, rise up. And then revolve the back heel down, revolve into your warrior two. Okay, so let your heel release down and turn your foot. Yes, there you go. Good. Now bend into that front knee. Beautiful. Back inner thigh presses away from you. Belly draws in and up, heart lifts. We know where we're going. Okay. All right, so you're going to draw the backhand. I'm like, that feels weird. And reach it back. Okay, now we've got that. What are we loading? What are we? Love, more love? World needs more love. Good. Okay, let's do one more time for good measure. We're going to draw some love in. Okay, we're going to load it, load it, load it. Extend the fingers back. Sweep the backhand down and around. Lift the back heel. High lunge one moment, and then hands to the mat. Step back. Downward dog. Beautiful. Feel free if you want a plank roll, take it. Otherwise, stay here for a moment. How's everyone doing? They're like, plank roll, can't talk. Good. I know, I looked up, I'm like, oh, they are moving. All right. So let's go ahead and walk the hands to the feet. Okay. Once you're there, stay for a moment in your forward fold. Let your head hang and dangle. Oh, hands to the feet. Okay. I went backwards. So let's go ahead and walk the hands back to the top of the mat, and then feet to the hands. Sorry, guys, I went backwards. So we're at the top of the mat. I was like, where are they? What are they doing? I know, yeah. Okay, feet can be hip width together, whatever works for you. What I want you to do is start to bend through the knees. Bend through the knees, good. And then lift from the back of the heart. We're going to come into a little chair here. You're going to bring your hands to your heart, good. Okay, last little moment of more. Okay, let's play a little bit here, all right? So squeeze your hands towards one another, kind of glue them to your chest, and then we're going to send the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. I sometimes have to release with the hands together to fit there. Okay, I'm going to go where you can see me. Now once you're here, all right, we're going to get a little funky. Okay, we're going to lift the left heel. Okay, and then you're going to go light on the left foot. Ninjas today. Okay. Glue the back of the elbow to the outer thigh, start to send the left foot back, back, back. Wah, wah. Little ninja, and then release the toes down. Ha, lift from the back of the heart, hands up. Ha, I did it. Okay, back heels lifted. Yes, bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight forward. Hook once again, elbow to the outside. Yes, left elbow, right thigh. Now, start to shift your weight forward, lift the back foot off, and then bring it back where you started. Ah, good. And then come unhook, come back to center, and fold. Oh, beautiful work. Okay, one more time on the other side, and then we're going to start to take it down. Okay, all right. So start to bend the knees, lift from the back of the heart, coming into your chair, wherever your chair is. Bring your hands to your heart. Okay. Start to revolve now towards the tree. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Okay, so you remember where we were going? Start to lift the right heel. Pause. Crazy glue. Okay, arm to thigh. Lift the foot off the mat. Start to send it back, 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 back. I call this flying ninja. Wah, ninja, ninja, ninja. And then let the back toes touch down. Yes, so back heel stays lifted. And then unwind. Hands come up. Oh, I did it. Oh crap, I have to go back. Okay, hands to your heart. All right, revolve and find that bind. Okay, once you have the bind, shift your weight forward and then bring the right foot where you started. Pause just for a moment. Come back to center and fold. Oh, you did it. Good job. Let yourself hang here for a moment. Okay, notice your breath. Hi. She's like, why did I come down? Amazing. Okay. Start to take about like a half or 1 foot step back and then bring the other foot with you. Walk your hands with you. Okay, so we're kind of more like not quite middle of the mat, okay, but less at the top of the mat. Start to lift the heels, bend the knees, and then open the knees wide. So coming back to where we started, one of the postures. Okay, let the heels sink towards the back of your mat and let your head release. Back of the neck opens. All right, this is always a good sign, you know, that you're starting to move down towards the ground. Okay. Let the breath flow. Okay. Notice whatever you're noticing. Good. Okay. Beautiful. All right, start to lift the gaze, okay? And I have not yet found a graceful way out of this, so you can walk the hands back, and then come to a seat. Okay, I'm going to turn towards you. You can take a moment, let that go. Everyone's good? Warmed up? Yes, good. All right, let's go ahead and bend the knees wide, okay? So you're taking a wide butterfly here. All right, this is one of our favorite postures. This is one of my favorite postures. Okay, so you want to look down and imagine like you've got a big diamond. So you can slide your, and feet can touch or feet can be apart, whatever kind of works for you. Once you're there, all right, I want you to press into the ground. Lift the heart. Imagine like you're creating as much space as you can between low ribs and your hip bones. Keep that. Lead from the heart. Start to walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Let your chest go forward. You can hold on to whatever you can hold on to. And then let your head release. Good. Let things soften here. Good. Okay. Coming back to your breath. Okay. Letting all of that movement kind of settle in the body. Find a home wherever it needs to. And bring that awareness back to the breath. Okay, so option to stay as you are, okay? Or you can hold on to your feet or your shins, okay? And use that bind, okay, to try to draw yourself forward. So imagine like you're trying to pull your heart towards the front of the room. And then imagine that you're moving your hips away from that space and then let yourself fold once again. Okay, you may notice kind of sensations if you carry any kind of tension into the inner groin, outer groin. I would actually slide your feet more forward. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize. There you go. Okay, sometimes I feel like this line of whatever, okay, on the outside of my leg. Sometimes it's one side, sometimes it's the other. Let's take one more breath here. Beautiful. And then start to lift the gaze. Okay, lift from the back of the heart, walk the hands back to you. Good. Now keep the left knee bent and start to draw the heel towards you as you extend the right foot away from you. Good, so it'll be extending straight out from the hip. So you all should have room. And then you can slide the left foot back a little bit, however you need to. Okay, if you notice your knee lifts, mine always does quite a bit. Okay, you can readjust by turning, okay, the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Good. Okay. Once you have that, kind of create a little space. You're good where you are. Yeah. Okay. Create a little space in the there. Okay. Bring your fingertips alongside your legs. Press them out away from you. Lift the heart. Kind of find some length in through the spine, and then start to walk the hands forward. Okay. Once you're there, I want you to think of drawing the toes towards you. So 3 breaths will stay in some engagement. Okay. Noticing whatever sensations come up in through the back of the leg, the knee, okay, the breath. Good. Head is releasing space in through the back of the neck, jaw soft. And then once you've done 3 rounds of breath in the engagement, okay, do 2 more breaths and let the foot be soft. Good. Let everything just kind of hang and be heavy. Beautiful. And then begin to lift the gaze, walk the hands back. Take the left ankle and place it just above the right knee. So the sole of the foot will be to the outside of that leg. So we're not coming into a lotus. You want just above the knee. Good. Flex the foot, flex the extended foot. Once again, fingertips beside your hips. Lift up and out of the spine, or up and out of the pelvis. Keep that lift and walk the hands forward. So we lead from the heart. Okay, as soon as you start to feel yourself round, stop. Okay, so I have to stop here. I can go further if I round. Okay, I take myself then out of what I want to try to experience and open up. Good. Okay. Okay, stay with your breath. And then on your next exhale, just let everything soften and let yourself round and hang out. Beautiful. Begin to lift the gaze. Okay. And then keep the cross. I've got to get out of the way so I don't break the windows. So to bend through this extended leg and slide the foot towards you. Okay. Once it's kind of gone as far as it's gone, right, you can use your hands and move yourself closer to that front heel. Okay, good. And then flex through the left foot. Okay. Lift the heart. Good. Try to bring your heart towards your shin. Okay, but the knee kind of plays hard to get and moves away. Good. Once you have that, draw that left hip down towards the ground. Good. Okay. Beautiful. Deanna, I want you to kind of shift onto your right hip. Yes, there you go. She's like, oh, damn it. The body loves to move away from whatever is not comfortable. It's our natural kind of protection. Yeah. All right. Good. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let everything soften. Okay. Maybe wiggle the foot away from you. Now you're going to reach with your left hand, hold on to the outside of the left foot, and then extend the heel away from you. You can keep your hand, okay, wherever supports you. All right, or you can bring your hand to the back of your thigh. But what I want you to do, rather than using this as leverage, okay, use your heart as leverage. All right, use your spine as leverage. Once you have that, start to press the heel away from you, and then draw the left shoulder back. Okay, almost like the arm bone. So Imelda, rather than twisting, I want you to move from the right rib cage, drop forward. Yes. Okay, and then draw the left arm bone back, like you're trying to plug the shoulder head back. Yes. Good. Okay, and then keep moving the right rib cage forward. Yes, your body wants to twist away. I want you to turn it forward. Good. Okay. Now we're going to start to reach this foot forward, 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 and then plant it down. Okay, keep it extended. Let's go to the other side. So let the right knee bend out to the side and release. Adjust, move it wherever is available to you. Okay, once you have that, if you want to do that little turn of the sole of the foot, if that helps you, do that. Okay, and then you can get the flesh away from the left sit bone. Flex the left foot. Use your fingertips, okay, to frame your legs. Press the mat away from you. Lift the heart, and then start to walk yourself forward, forward, okay, forward. Okay. I want you to think of keep extending the heart forward as you kind of move and draw the left hip bone back. Good. And then breathe into the experience. Okay, whatever the experience is for you. Okay, keep drawing the extended toes towards you. And then on your next 2 breaths, just let everything soften. Let the back soften, let the foot release. Maybe it rolls out. Find whatever softness feels good to you. begin to lift the gaze. Okay, move from the back of the heart, lift up. And then we're going to place now the right ankle, okay, above the left knee. Okay, and then flex both feet. Good. Okay, you may notice one is a little bit different. This is my different side. Fingertips alongside your hips. Use that, okay, to lift up and out of the pelvis. Keep that and start to walk your hands forward. So remember, we want to go as far forward as we can until we start to then round, okay? Once we've kind of hit that sweet spot, stay there and let the head release. Okay, we keep trying to move and shift the left heel away. So keep this flex. It's like ticka, ticka, ticka. Beautiful. Okay. And then one breath, let everything soften. Good. Okay. Now to lift the gaze, walk the hands back. We're going to bend the left knee, bring the sole of the foot to the ground. Okay, and then same thing we did on the other side. If you need to shift forward to readjust, otherwise you stay with whatever space you need, okay, between that bottom foot and the hip. Now, flex the right foot, okay, lift the heart and try to move it towards the shin, but the knee is like, you can't catch me. Move it away from you, good. And then draw that same hip like you're trying to move the hip down towards the ground. And notice, good. Okay, use your breath. Okay, any tension that gets built up in your hips, all right, you will notice here, okay? If that's not where you build tension, okay, just focus on your breath. Okay, good. All right, let everything soften, okay? Maybe wiggle the foot away if it's super close. Go ahead and hold on to the outside of the right foot, okay? We're now going to extend the heel. It does not matter if your leg is straight. Okay, once you have that, place the opposite hand, place the left hand wherever supports you, but be mindful, you're not leaning into that hand. Lift the heart, okay? Press the heel away from you as you draw that same arm back, okay? Good. All right. It's almost like we're resetting that thigh bone, okay, by that active resistance, okay, moving away and drawing towards, okay, shaking is normal, all right, yeah, very normal, good, all right, let's start to reach the heel down, 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 release that, and then extend the opposite leg, let that go. How's everyone doing? Good. Okay, so we're going to now shift, okay, so that your head will be towards me. Yes, your head will be facing me. So shift so your back is facing, everyone's like, what? I know. I don't understand. or I was trying to overcomplicate a lot, okay? And then once you're there, all right, Dee's like, hi, hello.
How can I disappear?
I know, and now Dee is going to take over. No, okay. Once you're there, go ahead and come onto your backs. Good. If you have a sweatshirt, all right, I want you to bring it with you, okay? If you, Dee will grab it for you, all right, so that you can, she's going to get it for you, Sarah. Yeah. Do you have one too? Everyone has, yeah, okay, Dee's going to be wardrobe, all right? Okay. Yeah, you can put it on, all right? Do you have a sweatshirt? Okay, she's going to get it for you. And if someone doesn't have one, I can put mine on them. Sorry, Dee. Okay. Once you have like your sweater, and make sure you place it on you, all right? Give yourself a little moment here to settle. Okay, and then bring the knees to your chest, give them a little hug. Okay. Beautiful. Open the arms out to the side. You can bend the elbows with neighbors beside you, and then allow the knees to fall towards the tree. Okay, so towards the right. Yes. Let yourself settle. Okay, 2 breaths here. Letting the top thigh get heavy. Yes, if you even just like lightly touch, it's like grrr. Good. Good. I learned that walking around in Dee's class. Lift the knees back to center, take a moment, neutralize your spine, and then move to the other side. Okay, letting everything release into gravity, release into the ground, the energy, okay, beneath us. Arms wherever is comfortable. Okay, settling back into this moment, into your breath. Beautiful. Bring your body back to center. Okay, maybe give the knees one last little hug. Good. And then when you're ready, begin to extend the legs away from you. Okay, settling into your Shavasana. Okay, moving into whatever you need to find a space that feels good to you. You can start to close down the eyes. If that feels good to you, let everything be soft and supported. Good. I'm going to guide you through a short yoga nidra. So if you haven't experienced yoga nidra before, this is considered a yogic sleep. So during the nidra, I will be continuing to talk and bringing you into awareness to different parts of your body. Okay? And you want to think about floating your attention to those parts that I mentioned, right? So that you're kind of lightly moving along with me. And you may go in and out of consciousness depending, okay? Or you may stay present during the whole experience. Okay. Taking a moment here to take in 2 sips of air in through the nose. And then open the mouth, exhale, let that go. And do that again, 2 sips of air in. And then exhale. One more time, 2 sips of air in. And then exhale. Allowing your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Welcoming yourself into this moment, into being present, into everything you experience. As I guide you through this yoga nidra, float your attention to your feet, to the sides of your feet, noticing any sensation there. The temperature. Scan your toes. Can you feel certain toes more than others? Scan the top of your feet. Notice the skin and any sensations there. Feel the whole foot, both right and left. Send your awareness to your ankles, the inner ankle, outer ankle, the whole circumference of the ankle. If you feel any tension there, Can you invite softness into that space? Float your attention to your calves, the front and back. Bring your attention to the knees. Feel the front of the knee, back of the knee. Imagine softness settling in and the joint of the knee releasing. Float your attention to your thighs, the front of the thighs, back of the thighs, the outer leg, inner leg. Invite all the muscles that live in these spaces to soften and release. Float your attention to your hip socket, the right and left, and invite softness into this space. Bring your attention to the pelvic floor. Feel the breath travel into this space. With each breath, you invite softness. Float your attention into the back body. Release the glutes, the low back, and all of the muscles that support your spine. Bring your awareness to the front body, the belly, the ribs. Invite softness into these spaces. Notice the breath as it enters the belly, the lungs. Each breath in, the rib cage gently expands. Each breath out, you release. The ribs resettle. Float your awareness to the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, front and back of the hands. Feel any tension from each finger release. Knowing that you are supported, safe, and there's no need to hold on to anything you don't need. Bring your awareness back up the arms to the base of the throat. Invite softness into the jaw, cheekbones, forehead, crown of the head. Bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, to your mind's eye. Inviting all that you've experienced, all that we've shared together into this space. Inviting this idea of more. And imagining what that would look like, what that would feel like. And allow that feeling to settle and find a home in this space. Like a beautiful portrait or looping reel. Float your attention to your heart space. Feel the back of the heart, the front of the heart, and all of the spaces that surround your heart. Settle into this space. And invite that feeling of more as an intention into this space. Allow it to move and flow, creating a feeling of warmth, a sense of comfort. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out with a sigh. Let's do that again. Deep breath in and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And begin to invite gentle movement back into the body. exploring movement through the fingers and the toes, through the feet, ankles, hands, and wrists. Staying present in this moment and whatever you're feeling. And maybe begin to reach the hands behind you like you're waking from the deepest sleep, inviting a nice stretch in through the top, the back, the sides of the body. And then taking your time when you're ready, rolling onto whatever side and side feels good to you. Letting yourself settle here. Letting your body, the ground and energy beneath you support you. And coming back to that intention that I talked about at the beginning, this idea of inviting more of whatever makes you feel happy, fulfilled, supported, and comforted into your life. Letting each experience as we move forward find a home and space in your body. Each shared moment of laughter, and deep conversations, new sights and sounds and tastes. So that they become a part of you and a space that you can tap back into anytime you need. Taking your time, begin to bring your body up and find your seat. You can stay with eyes closed or gaze soft. Taking a moment to just settle. Let the leg bones draw down into gravity. The belly, bless you, the spine, the heart soften. Noticing how you feel in this moment. And begin to gently, softly open the eyes, taking in your surroundings. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me and with us today and with each other. And thank you so much for all of the moments that we've already shared. It's been like a dream come true. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.